Welcome to Life Inside Hell. It's me, Brother Wild Bill, coming to you from inside the most dangerous prison in the Western Hemisphere. From 2006 until 2010, I was a professional killer. I was stuck in prison in 2010, charged with 5 homicides, and handed down a 46-year sentence. Here, I've been inside for 13 years. I've risen to the rank of prison chaplain. I'm the prison's chaplain. I'm also the inmate representative to the 157 inmates of dreaded Sector C. And this is my audio diary. So a lot of you know that I'm mounting a campaign. When I got put in prison, this is what's happening in my life right now. When I got put in prison, the maximum sentence anybody could have was 20 years, and that's the reason I confessed to all that stuff, is because, well, the worst that's going to happen to me, they're going to give me a 20-year sentence, and I can survive this shit for 20 years. Well, they didn't do that. They gave me a 47-year sentence. I appealed, and they dropped it to 46, and everybody knows that that's not a legal sentence in Panama. It is a legal sentence today, but when I was arrested, and they have to use the rules of, when the crimes were committed, not modern rules, because the rules are not retroactive. So they really, broke it off of my ass, so to speak, and loaded me up with years that it's not a legal sentence. But here in the Republic of Panama, where they use the law for toilet paper, they won't. I can't get them because I'm an infamous criminal. I can't get them to. Everything is very based on popularity and things like that, and so I can't get them to obey their own laws. So I have a lawyer who's a young kid. He's a good kid. He's like 25 years old, just out of law school, he got 3-4 years under his belt out of law school. Here a lawyer only has to go to school for 3 years. Not like in the States where you got to go get one degree and then go get a law degree afterwards. You just get a law degree here in like 3 years, 4 years tops. And so he's been practicing since he was 22 years old. So he's been practicing like 3 years. He doesn't want any money. He wants the fame of being the lawyer that lowered Wild Bill's sentence. So what we decided to do is go take the matter before the Court of International Human Rights, which is in Costa Rica. And I sent him, he told me that he needed just his travel expenses paid and the filing fees, which came out to $425. What a deal for me. And I basically wrote the writ myself. I wrote the appeal myself. I mean, he looked it over and changed a few things, but I wrote it myself, and he's going to go file it on Thursday this week. So I was trying to get money together to get him paid by tomorrow, which I do have. He's already been paid. If I come up with the $425 to send him to Costa Rica to file the papers and come back he's going on Thursday. So really excited about that. One of the reasons I was working so hard to try to get the shit together now is because if it gets in after the 15th of May, if you file something after the 15th of May, it goes on next year's docket. They're not working on it this year. They'll be working on that next year. And so I was really running to get it done. And like so many people helped me, I really appreciate everybody that donated money. A lot of people donated to the cause out of there. And I want to thank you. I got really the best friends in the world. I really do. People really take care of me, and I'm blessed. Sometimes, I'll tell you something, the truth is sometimes it's easy to get down in here. It's easy to get down in here because so many people hate you, and it's a difficult situation and all that. But my friends are one of the things that really, you guys, the people who are listening and the people who interact with me, like, there are listeners, and then there are people who are like really, really friends, and people who are always there, always talking, always interacting with me. And I really, it's not, to me, because my world is basically all online. My whole world is online. I'm forced to look for my friendships online. The shit online is real to me. I mean, I meet all my real friends online, people who I've met online, who actually turn out becoming real friends, not just people you screw around with online, and then if you lose them, you don't care. It's people who I just absolutely love and adore come into my life. And so even my romantic interests have come into my life through those things. Things that become real, So I'm appreciative for everyone's interest in me, and I try to give a lot of personal attention to every single comment. If you notice, I may miss your comment or something at some point in time, but I get at least 90% of them. I try to respond to everybody and let everybody feel like they're important, and I appreciate them listening, and I do. So that's what I got going now. I got this thing. That's one thing that's going. Today I got up this morning. I went and worked out early. I take Saturdays off. Saturday was my cheat day, so I took Saturday off and ate like a pig and laid around, didn't do shit. I got this morning. I went and did my exercises first. I ran 2 miles, 10 stadiums, 3 sets of burpees, and then lifted weights. Light, high repetition. I'm trying to get some of the lard that I've packed on, about 15 pounds I shouldn't be carrying, and so I'm trying to get that taken care of. And that'll go pretty quick. It is going pretty quick. But I like to keep myself in shape. I was a lard ass when I was in the world, but now since I've been in prison, I've tried to keep myself pretty. I'm pretty. I'm so pretty. And so I try to stay that way. Also, I want to live a long time, and you know, fat men don't tend to live much past 70, and so the government is taking a large piece of my life away from me, and I want to make sure that I can enjoy it on the back end, enjoy the things I don't want to age, and I'm not. I actually feel like I'm 43. I feel like I'm 17, so I'm doing pretty well that way. So, is there anything else to add to today's bullshit? Just another day in paradise. Gave a good church service this morning. Talked about the need to be alone. I'll tell you about that for a minute. An interesting thing is that Jesus, you always find Jesus, he was with the people, and then he's like hanging out alone. He's like always hanging out alone. He's like always, aparting himself from the people, separating himself from the people, and going to pray and to meditate alone. You need to spend an hour a day alone. Completely alone. Completely alone. Are you listening to me? Everybody. You need to spend an hour a day alone with your own thoughts, alone in meditation, alone in prayer. It'll give you a certain power. I do it every day. Usually my time is about 7 to 8 every night, 7 o'clock in the evening until 8 o'clock in the evening. I spend in meditation, prayer, and thought, inner reflection. The more you self-analyze, the better. Now, I didn't say brood. There's a big difference between self-analyzation and brooding. I think that you should plan tomorrow every day. I planned yesterday at 7 o'clock in the evening. And I will plan tomorrow 7 o'clock in the evening today. I have a plan. I go into every day with a plan. I know what I'm going to do. I know I have a plan. I don't just drifting through like a leaf on the breeze. I'm trying to accomplish something. And so today, one of my plans was I'm doing this really big podcast with my buddy named Jack from 1 Minute Remaining podcast. It's a big show. And so I finished that today. And then another thing that I'm doing today is also giving you guys this audio diary. And then I wanted to work out, and I had my workout planned before the day. And so I have a plan. I go in today with a plan. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Jesus Christ he separated himself from the group to spend time alone and focus on what he was trying to do. And so I'm going to be like Jesus. I spend an hour a day, separated from everybody, phone turned off, nobody talking to me, door closed, locked, in meditation and thought about what I'm going to accomplish tomorrow and what I'm trying to do, keeping my goals in the front of my mind with tunnel vision, baby. Tunnel vision, baby! Tunnel vision. That's how you get shit done. So, if you've enjoyed this audio diary today, like, subscribe, and please comment, interact. If you want to talk to me directly, you can pull the description box down there, and Facebook and Instagram are links where you can contact me directly. If you want to know more about who is Wild Bill anyway, Wikipedia is there to assist you. There's a link in the description box to a Wikipedia page about me, which is fairly accurate. And then there's also a link to a book I wrote called Long Live the King, Wild Bill. I'm the king of hell, baby. That's me. If you want to know about me, buy that book, and you'll learn about my experience, my first year in prison, and my misadventures with the monkeys of who make up Panama Justice. Jesus Christ loves you, and I love you too. Come back tomorrow.